Hi there, Professor Chris here, and welcome to another video brought to you by TARMA, Threat Assessment Risk Mitigation Advisors. And tonight we are looking at just the threat assessment. Dial it back, keep it simple. We're actually looking at the threat assessment that I wrote on the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston, Massachusetts, but only as it pertains to giving context to the DHS threat assessment template. This is the extremely, near excruciatingly comprehensive threat assessment template utilized by the DHS when determining the threat level to one of the government sectors, and there are 16 of those. So in the event that the client's asset could fall into the category of being one of the government sectors, which is not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, we're talking about any kind of large building, really, that has a lot of people and draws attention, and that would really cause damage to the surrounding areas in multiple ways. Again, still not outside the realm of possibility. So, having said that, let's get started. Now, the client can have as much or as little of this as they want. We would go along as the client's talking to us. We would be scribbling furiously at what the client wants. Excuse me. And absolutely make sure that they were happy with their product. I could include a table of contents or not. It's completely up to the client. In addition to the abstract, the only thing that I'm really sort of immovable on is the reference page. I'm very uncomfortable conducting a paper or conducting a research project of this magnitude, because that's what a threat assessment is. It's a research project. But I'm very uncomfortable conducting a research project of that caliber and not having a reference page, because there are so many different references. So identifying the asset obviously goes without saying, and where it is. Looking at critical infrastructure images, both a map view and satellite view. We have the overview of the sector, the primary. The primary sector. Primaries, apostrophe S, not IES. These would be compromised if the primary were to come under attack, because they rely on these for services and operations. Next, we have the vision and mission goals, vision and mission statements and the goals relating to risk. And this can be found on my LinkedIn page. Just going to the... I spelled something wrong. Look at that. I earned the right to be that douchey about it. Okay, I earned that. Yeah, you can find this entire document on my LinkedIn page in the featured section. It looks exactly like this. It's the same exact document. So we could offer examples of the primary, or examples of risks and vulnerabilities of the primary. Sector assets. So other things that would be compromised if this sector were to suffer an attack. Now, this is not the same as the partners. These are directly related to the primary. Okay. And these are the partners. That's what I was talking about. These are very, very seriously involved with the HVH sector. So if these were if the HVH sector or an asset in it were to come under attack, these would be directly impacted. Then we have the data interpretation from the threat, and I created some tables there. And we can do tables and graphs. It's entirely up to the client. And then we have significant crimes against the sector and the asset, and who they were, which I'm hoping that a client is not going to have to tell us that it's been victimized before, that their asset has been victimized before. But A, there's no way of knowing that for sure. And B, I think somebody didn't do their job correctly. They're a little late on the threat assessment. Sorry, that's not funny. Yeah. But we would give them an example of, crimes that came against a similar asset to theirs. We could even do that as part of the pitch to get the contract in the first place. And then we have a massive series of database breaches from hospitals. That's what I was just talking about, the examples, offered the examples of other um, assets that have suffered the same problems. Here we're looking at whether or not a threat even exists, whether or not it's happened in the past, because we all know that that's where your predictive algorithms come from, right? Passive prologue. So I think we're going to pick that as our stopping point for right now. Hopefully this will work and I can get that uploaded to you. Thanks for hanging out, and catch up with us for the second half.